GOTY. What is up, everybody? My name is Michael Lacker, and welcome back to Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition. Oh, yes. So, last time we did something. I forgot what I did. The antagonizer in Paradise Falls. And right now, we are in front of Oasis. So, let's get it done. I need to repair this gun, because holy hell, it's almost broken. At least I think I'm in front of Oasis. Oh, there's yeah, I am. Okay.
Outsider, you have arrived. Please, come closer. I have something of the utmost urgency to speak to you about. Do hurry. He doesn't like to be kept waiting. I'm so glad you're here. It's been a while since anyone's visited us, and he's been waiting for someone like yourself to arrive. If you wouldn't mind following me, I'll bring you right to him.
Okay. Sure, lead on.
Excellent. Please, follow me. All will be explained soon.
You are welcome amongst us, outsider.
Yay! Alright, let's go talk to the leader or something. Alright, what is it? My back is killing me.
Welcome to Oasis, outsider.
What am I doing?
Welcome, outsider. You have no idea how overjoyed I am to see you. Normally, outsiders are forbidden inside Oasis, but he has made an exception.
Man, this place seems so abundant with animal life.
The innocent creatures are drawn here by his gifts. They come from across the wasteland to live in this sanctuary. This part of the world is healing, my friend, and it's all thanks to him.
The way you're saying him, I could swear you're referring to a god.
He's no mere god, my friend. He is the one who grows. He is the one who gives. And he is the one who guides. Thanks to him, the tree minders have a home. I would have preferred that he made the introduction, but I understand your hesitation. The Great One is a god tree. A living, breathing, speaking god tree. The tree minders are blessed to have this being watch over us.
Why do you call yourselves the tree minders?
We care for this place and keep it safe from those who would seek to exploit it. He gives to us, so we give back to him. It's an arrangement that's worked well for almost 2 decades. We shun technology and embrace nature. That's the life of a tree minder.
I was just about to say that. You hate technology, why you carry weapons?
Sadly, the wasteland is a hostile place, and sometimes we're forced to defend ourselves against it. If that means fighting with manufactured weapons, then so be it. Had he not asked to see you, you never would have gotten this close to the gates.
Alright.
Yes, indeed it does. Sorry, I don't speak to outsiders very often, and I tend to get lost in conversation. As you approached Oasis, he said you were coming, and I was sent out to meet you personally with a request. He wishes to meet with you. You'd be the first outsider to do so in a very long time.
I'd be honored to meet this person.
Yes, person. To meet him, you must undergo the ceremony of purification. Once that's complete, you'll be able to speak to him. Whenever you're ready, we may begin.
Alright.
It's simple, really. You drink the sap from the basin here in the pavilion. The sap will purify your mind and body of anything harmful that could possibly hurt him. I assure you, nothing harmful will happen to you.
Okay.
Very good. Take your place in front of the basin, and let's begin.
Yeah. Seriously, come on, guys. Drink.
We will now recite the blessing to ward off any harm the outsider may be carrying before he proceeds to the grove.
I bid you depart, agents of destruction, through the power of his divine will.
Leave our homes and bodies immediately. Live no longer in them, but pass over into places where you can harm no one.
In the name of his frondescence, I call his wrath upon you, so that wherever you may go, you bear it with you.
And, diminishing from day to day, you may disappear, except where you serve the health and good purposes of mankind. May no trace of you be found.
All this, may he be so good as to grant us, who is to come to judge the living and the dead, and the world by his verdure.
Amen. Soon, you will pass peacefully into sleep, outsider. And when you awake, you will witness his glory firsthand.
Like, you take none of my shit. Okay. Hi, how you doing? Harold.
Glad to see you're finally awake. I can't believe they made you do that stupid ceremony. They listen when I talk, but they don't hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Neither have I. Well, I mean, I talked to Herbert, but he never really says anything back. Do you, Herbert? He kept growing around me. Maybe for calling him Herbert all the time. His name's really Bob. I think it's funny when I call him Herbert, though.
So you're trapped in there inside this Bob thing.
Well, I suppose you could look at it that way. See, Bob used to ride around on top of my head. Sunk his roots right in there, you know. Well, eventually, he got bigger than me, and then I pretty much ended up inside.
How did a tree end up growing on your head? Out of your
It
head?
was a long time ago. I tend to lose track. I was exploring some sort of a military base with some other people. I think it was called Mariposa. Mariposa. We were pretty deep inside and we found some weird vats of this nasty green goo. Right when we were about to leave, I think we were attacked. Yeah. Last thing I remember before blacking out was something knocking my friend into the stuff.
Well, hopefully your troubles will be over. I'm here to help.
You have no idea how glad I am to hear that. Or we're glad to hear that. Me and Bob. I had you brought in here to ask a very simple favor. Would you please kill me? ever. You see, I've been stuck here for over 2 decades now, rooted right into the ground. The only friends I've got are Bob and those weirdos out there who think I'm a god.
How would I be able to kill you? You're a tree.
Oh, no, don't worry about them. When you decide to go down there, I'll have a little chat with Birch and the rest of the gang. They usually don't understand a word I say, but I'll make them come around.
How would I be able to kill you?
How to put this? I've been feeling rather spread out lately. I think Bob's kinda shoved my insides around some. It's hard to tell where everything is, but it's always that way with one's insides, isn't it? Anyway, I believe Bob's carried some of my organs into his root system. I want you to go underground and destroy my heart. Of all the wastelanders I had to bump into, it has to be one with a conscience. Let's keep it an open invitation then. I don't want to wait until the next person visits. It could be years. Just think about it, okay?
Well, goodbye for now, then, Herbert, or was it whatever?
No, Herbert is the tree. Bob is his real name, but I call him Herbert, 'cause I think it's pretty funny. But I'm still in here too. What's left of me? The name's Harold.
Alrighty. He wants me to kill him, but he's doing a really good thing as I know it's killing him, or he wants to die because he's just standing there for years. But look what he's brought to the fucking world. Like, honestly. Yeah, well. So if I can convince these guys.
Cast aside your bits of technology and marvel at his miracles.
And I'm
outside.
telling you, you've got it all wrong. Why else would he have called for an outsider's assistance?
The outsider is here to deliver us from our enemies, to keep this place safely locked away from the wasteland, not to exploit us.
How can
Cast
we
aside
preach
your
about
bits of
peace
technology
when all
and
you want
marvel
to do
at
is
his
keep this
miracles
gift all
outside.
to ourselves?
Shut the fuck up!
That's not what he would want.
If we allow the spread of this miracle to continue, we're putting him in jeopardy. I can't allow that. I won't allow it.
Once again, my husband, we are at an impasse. I suggest we speak to the outsider.
There's nowhere like this left in the
Agreed.
world anymore,
Why else would
outsider?
the outsider have been allowed into the grove? Perhaps it's a test. Yes, that must be it. I know why you're here, and despite what my wife thinks, I know you'll do what's best for Oasis. After all, he chose you, and he would never want to put us in harm's way.
I'm afraid Harold isn't a god. He's just a human that had a bad luck.
Oh, he's testing you now, just like he tested us. He wants to see if your faith is strong by spinning these incredible stories. Who else but a god could produce all of this? Don't worry. You'll soon see things as I do. Yes, I've been pondering that riddle myself for some time now, and I think I know what he's trying to tell us. The Great One's influence is growing, and soon it will break free of the confines of this secluded vale. We can't allow Oasis to call attention to itself like that. It would be the end of him.
Killing him should stop his influence from spreading.
You misinterpret his words, my friend. He wants you to extinguish that which seeks to make him vulnerable. If the same sap that you drank to purify yourself could be applied to his heart, it should stop the spread. I can promise you no harm would come to him. That's all I ask of you, outsider. Nothing more, nothing less.
I love Birch, but sometimes I think he doesn't see the big picture. The spreading of his influence is not a curse. It's a great miracle, a benefit meant for the entire wasteland.
Does anybody care what your god thinks?
Of course we do. He yearns to share his miracles with the whole world, to give the gift of life back to the dead wasteland. It's upsetting him to no end, but Birch can't see the pain it's causing. But now that you're here, I have a feeling the winds are about to change. I heard what my husband wanted you to do.
You were
What
standing
I
next to him.
propose is an alternative. The same person that created the sap also created this liniment. If you can reach his heart, it will assist in making his influence increase. Instead of centuries, the wasteland will become green in mere decades. Just imagine how glorious that would be.
My god. Those two will keep him alive. Hey Harold, I have something to tell you.
Look, Herbert, he's back. I told you.
About those tree minders.
No, don't get me started on them. I'm liable to talk about them all day. It even drives poor old Bob crazy. They won't listen to me at all. If I tell them something simple, then it gets done. Otherwise, Birch spends a week looking for a hidden meaning. Plus, he just pops in whenever he wants and starts chanting this nonsense. Sometimes I just sit there silently just to make him mad. That was fun for a while, but even that's getting boring now. Oh, you wouldn't believe how they handle them. They make them drink this gunk that Poplar makes. Sometimes they just go nuts and start running around. And sometimes when they